On June 3, 2014, 19-year-old Lea Porter travelled to Westminster, Colorado to visit an old high school friend, 23-year-old criminal justice student Christopher Waide. 2 days later, Lee's mother called police, reporting her daughter missing. Detectives spoke with former Army soldier Waide several times during the missing persons investigation. He denied knowing where Lea was. After establishing Waide was the last person to see Lea alive, police obtain a search warrant for his apartment and ask him to come down to the station to answer some questions.
Here's some water for you.
Hey, man.
How goes it?
Hey, how goes it?
Not too bad.
Good. So, I wanted to do that consent for your cell phone and your
Yeah.
and the iPad.
Yeah.
So,
Get that out really quick.
yeah, because that way we can have one of our detectives working on that.
Yeah. Understandable.
While we're chatting with you.
Yeah. Just in case I always bring my tarot cards with me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Cool. Good for you.
I'd never leave home without them, so I
Good.
figured it'd probably be inappropriate to leave them in the car.
There you go. May I see your
Phone or iPad?
both, and then I'll just write them down one at a time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Chris, while he's doing that, I'm going to just cover a little of the preliminary stuff here, just to let you know.
All right.
I've never had any contact with you. I met you in the lobby down there. We asked you to come up here and talk to us. And you're actually here at our police department in response to a request by Detective Lopez, who was over at your place this morning.
Yeah.
Ask if you'd come in and talk to us about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand you've talked to the police several times, and you're probably getting pretty tired of repeating your story.
Not really one for talking all that much. I've probably talked more between the police and Lee's family and friends than I have in the past 3 years combined.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't talk very much.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you bearing with us on this thing and being willing to cooperate. You've been extremely cooperative with the police, with the officers that talked to you on, the initial report of this thing. And, what we're doing here today, what we want to do is start having permanent records made of what we're doing. So we're recording our conversation.
Yes,
And we do that for a couple of reasons. Okay, one, it
Yeah.
protects your rights. And that way we have a permanent record of what you said, because you can tell me something and in 2 weeks I'll forget what you said. Trust me.
Yeah, I understand.
So, but this gives us a permanent record. So that's one of the reasons that we want you to come in here, is get you down on permanent record. The other thing is, I want you to understand that you're not in custody.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever have had the feeling, because of all the police contact in the last 3 or 4 days, that we've been isolating you out on this thing, and that we're focusing in on you to make an arrest or something like that. That's not the case.
Okay. I know that much.
You understand that?
Yeah, I'm studying criminal justice, so I kind of know how these things sort of work.
Okay.
Learning about a lot of this stuff in class.
We have a tag, and we talked about it on the elevator on the way
Yeah.
up a little bit, that it says Everest College. So you're actually attending a college, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing that under the VA bill?
Yeah.
Are you? And it's called Everest College. It's a college over here in Thornton, and
Yeah.
you were telling me about, and you're actually studying law enforcement or criminal justice?
Criminal justice.
What year are you in over there?
I'm about halfway through my 3rd term right now, so a little past starting point.
Okay. So do you work outside going to school, or is this pretty much full-time what you do?
Full-time student.
What pays for your bills?
I get a housing allowance through the VA.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's part of this whole package of
Yeah.
VA thing, paying for school and
Yeah.
housing allowance, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good.
I'm sorry to interrupt real quick. What's this phone number here, Chris? Okay. And do you know what model LG phone this is?
I do not.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these. Our computer guy, he can look at what model this is. We're not going to
do that voodoo that he do.
Yeah, we're not going to go through any of it till I explain this form to you, but that way we can get serial numbers and stuff off this.
Okay.
So I'll bring it right back, okay?
All right.
We'll get to serial numbers. I'll be right back, excuse me.
So just to clarify a little bit more, today's date is June the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tuesday afternoon about 2:44 p.m. And we are in the Westminster Police Department. And like I explained, you responded here upon our request. You're not in custody. I want to emphasize that anything you say to us is voluntary. We're not forcing you to talk to us. We're not insisting you make a statement to us. You are going to be free to leave when we're done here.
All right.
Okay, so I just want to clarify that you understand all this stuff going into it.
I understand.
Hopefully that alleviates a little fear that you might have of being in a police department.
It is a little intimidating.
I understand that. Certainly understand that. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol right now?
No.
Do you take prescription medication?
Not anymore. But a few years ago I used to for sleep and nightmares.
Was that as a result of your military service?
Yes.
I had read the reports of the previous officers that have talked to you, so I know a little bit about what you've said to them. Hopefully we won't have to go back through and repeat everything, because I'm sure you're really, really sick of just the whole thing. But I might cover some of the stuff that they've already talked about, just to clarify and maybe to ask you a few more questions.
Mm-hmm.
So the officers came and talked to you on June 5th.
Yes.
And that was the first time that the cops actually had contact.
Fifth, that was what, Thursday?
Is that what the 5th was? Is that what you recall?
I think so, yeah. It's the.
I'm sorry to interrupt again.
Oh, yeah.
What's the? No, it's okay. What's the code for it?
It's. Yes.
Okay. So there's the phone back. And that way we can get into settings and look up the IME and all that stuff. The serial number. Okay. Let me get the serial number and I'll be right back.
All right. I'll just go ahead and turn this off.
That is your phone?
Yes.
They actually might need it on.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So.
But I think weren't they going to try and do a download on it too?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just,
Yeah,
it doesn't have enough of a battery to last.
It does, I think.
Right.
But
Shouldn't be a
just
problem.
force a habit. Prefer to have it. Prefer to have it on me at all times.
Well, most people were feeling naked without the phone today, don't they?
It's not that I feel naked without it. It's just that I mean, with everything going on, I guess just if I remembered anything or if someone needed to contact me for anything, because like I said, with the student ambassadors, they have my number, so if they needed anything from me.
As a student ambassador at Everest College, what does that mean?
Pretty much, we act as kind of a liaison between the student populace and the faculty and staff, because, I mean, let's admit it, what kid likes going to the principal's office, and that kind of transfers over from elementary school, middle school, high school into college. So a lot of the students don't like coming to the faculty with their problems. However, with the student ambassadors, we're all students. So we can help them out so where we can try to help them out to where they don't have to go and approach the staff or faculty with the problems.
Detective Lopez here is going to finish this stuff up here.
Okay.
Okay, Chris. So this is our cellular phone consent search and see cellular phone or electronic device form.
Yeah.
So just up here, I, Christopher Waide, have been informed of my constitutional rights not to have a search made of my cellular phone. You don't have to let us look through this stuff, you know. Without a search warrant and my rights to refuse consent for a search, I authorize the Westminster Police Department to conduct a complete search of my cellular. So if you agree, again, you don't have to let us do this, but here's your LG phone and the phone number. There didn't appear that there was any unlock code on it.
There wasn't.
And then the Apple iPad, here's the serial number, and I pulled up the page that we just took it from.
Okay.
and then your code. And then down here, it's hard for me to read upside down. Officers and/or designees are authorized by me to open, read, save, copy, and record any unopened, or deleted emails or other electronic stored content, call logs, text messages, SMS, MMS messages, voicemail messages, and other items stored on the cellular phone or the iPad.
Okay.
This written permission is being given by me to the below-named peace officer and/or designees voluntarily and without threats or promises of any kind. If you agree, I just need you to write your name here and sign, and then I'll write my name and sign as a witness.
Okay.
Lefty as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then there's the phone.
Okay.
I'm still just doing background stuff. We'll wait till you started until you get back. So
Okay.
I'm not going to start without you.
All right, Chris, let me give this to our computer guy,
Okay.
and I'll be right back. You and Mike can continue to chat.
So again, when you talked to our officers on the 5th, which was, you think, last Thursday, the officers told you certain things. What did the cops tell you?
Well, they were just, they got my statement. They were asking me, what happened, what was
What
happening.
was the reason they were there?
Well, I got a call Thursday evening right after class, and this was the first thing I'd heard. That call was the first thing I'd heard anything about Lea missing. She, as my report states, she left early Wednesday morning, got into a truck. I didn't really get a look at the driver or anything like that, but afterwards they took off, and I thought that was normal. Then Wednesday evening, I got a call from her mom, who was pretty much flipping out, I guess would be the right word.
What's her mom's name?
Rene.
Do you know her?
We talked on the phone, but I haven't met her.
And her last name is also Porter?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
So
So how did she get your number? How did she know to call you?
she was calling. She was calling my number from the call log on her daughter's phone.
So she's just going down the call log and calling the numbers, and she
Yeah,
reached you.
Trying to figure out where Lea was.
So what did Rene tell you?
She was extremely worried. I told her that I'm Lee's accountability partner, and that I was trying to be there for her while she was going through her getting cleaned up.
Now, what did Rene say about that when you told her that?
She seemed to take it well, but I don't think she knew about it. And she knew about her daughter's drug problem.
Why do you say that?
She, if I had told her, she would have, because I told her about the accountability partner first, and then afterwards her next question to me was, is she on drugs or anything like that? So that kind of said to me that she was in the dark about that.
Well, as a result of then the officers coming to your house on Thursday, you completed a written statement.
Mm-hmm.
They completed a report.
Yes.
And then on Friday, one of our detectives got involved, Detective
Mhm.
Calhoun.
Yeah.
And I believe you talked to Detective Calhoun on Friday.
Yeah, and then the guy with him was talking with my roommate.
Right. And so that happened Friday. And then over the weekend, did you have any contact with the police at all over the weekend?
Not over the weekend, but a lot of calls back and forth between Lee and her friends.
So you're talking to family members, friends
Yeah.
of Lee, that type of thing, but not with the cops?
There wasn't anything new, so they were just calling me to try and get it straight from the horse's mouth of the facts.
You remember who you talked to?
Well, I know I talked to Lee's mom, Rene, as well as her brother, Max, and that's spelled with 2 X's.
Do you know him?
Yes, we went to high school together along with Lee.
Okay. And who else did you talk to over the weekend?
It's hard to keep track of all the names, but I remember one of them was a male, I think his name was Jesse. He said he was her boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend. His side of the story was that he broke up with her because of the drugs.
So Jesse actually called you?
Yes.
What was his attitude like when you spoke to him?
He seemed very worried, but
How did he treat you?
I think he was skeptical because he thought I had done something, but
Why do you say that?
just in his mannerisms, it seemed like he was under the impression that I was since I was the last person to see her, that I therefore must be the person that did something to her.
Did he actually confront you with that?
No, he didn't, but based off of his tone of voice and how he worded his questions, that seemed to me to be what he was thinking.
And this was Max.
This was Jesse.
This was Jesse. Did you ever have any confrontational conversations with Max?
Not really confrontational, but when I first told him about the tarot reading, it took some heavy prodding on him to get me to open up about that.
Did he bring that up, or did you?
I told him that I did a tarot reading for her, but I didn't learn anything of where she might be from it, so I didn't think it was important.
You did a tarot reading while she was with you,
Yes.
or before she left, or after she left?
While she was with me,
Okay.
I did a tarot reading with her.
Well, did that freak him out to know that you're doing tarot cards?
No,
Didn't it?
it didn't sound like it. I haven't seen him in a while, but we talked on the phone.
I mean, the fact that you're doing tarot cards could cause some people to freak out a bit.
Yeah, it's not exactly something that's understood completely by everyone, my parents included.
Probably not too many people.
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
Well, my parents raised me as a Christian, but overall, that really wasn't the path for me. When I left, I decided to start looking around and seeing what else there was. Then, kind of, I think it was 2011 or 2012, I found the tarot cards and started looking into that. And with what I was finding as I was researching, it was kind of something that I couldn't explain, which is what keeps drawing me to it.
Has anybody ever suggested to you that there might be some occultish stuff that goes on with tarot cards?
Yeah, my brother would be chief among those.
So I take it as your parents were raising you Christian, and they're Christian type individuals along with your brother, and so the fact that you have now started delving into tarot cards probably
not exactly. It causes a little bit of friction though. But
they know that you do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
What other things besides the tarot cards are you into?
Nothing else, just tarot cards and runes.
And what?
And runes.
I don't know what that is.
Pretty much they're little discs, probably about yay big. They have different symbols on them. They're similar to tarot cards in that they're used for, I guess the word would be fortune telling.
How do you spell runes?
RUNES.
You may have known that.
So I wouldn't have had a clue. I
Yeah.
didn't even know what he was talking about. So how long have you been doing the tarot cards in this?
I just started up on the runes, but as far as the tarot cards, I've been doing it for about since mid 2011.
Are you self-taught, or is this something that you
Self-taught.
go and take classes at, or?
I'm self-taught, but I've been considering going and taking classes to see if there's something I'm missing.
Where would you take those type of classes?
Well, there's a bunch of resources online. There's a bookstore off of Kipling that offers classes on Fridays, I think it is.
What do you do with it?
Well, basically, you shuffle, then cut the cards. Then, depending on what type of reading you're doing, if you're doing reading about a person or a situation, you might do a different reading than you are about for emotional attachments, or is love in the cards, so to speak.
So before you shuffle the cards and actually do what you do with the cards, you're now doing it for somebody else. This isn't something you do for yourself. You're doing it for somebody.
I do it for myself as well as others. Sometimes I get paid, sometimes I don't. I don't really worry about that. If they deem that my reading was worth something to them, then they can pay me whatever they deem necessary. They deem fit.
Do you feel like there's occultish things going on here?
Honestly, no, not really.
Where does the power come from then?
It's hard to explain, but it's personal energy, which I know that sounds kind of occult, but it's really not all that foreign. I mean, even the Christian Bible talks about using your energies for good instead of evil.
So, is there ever any satanic worship that goes along with this in the way that you do it?
No.
Have you ever been involved in any satanic worship or anything like that?
No. I've
Any non-traditional church type stuff in the background?
I've been to a lot of different churches. One of the things that I kind of like about tarot is that it doesn't ask me to focus on just one religion or anything like that, because the way that I was taught and the way that I believe is that the more you know about religion and everything else, the more experience you'll get, and therefore the more wisdom, which means you'll be that much better when someone comes to ask you for advice.
So why are you doing the tarot cards?
Personally, it's just because I can't explain why they're so accurate. I've done almost 100 readings on myself, and every one of them has been mostly, if not entirely, accurate to the situations that I've asked about, or the situations that come up after the reading. And that's been the experience with, I should say, my clients as well.
So I understand that Lee actually came and spent some time with you.
Yes.
And you've kind of repeated that story ad nauseum. So I'm not going to go through a lot of the details as to that, because I've read the reports. And you went through it pretty much in detail with Detective Lopez this morning about how, she'd started messaging you back and forth on Facebook in the last couple of weeks. And stop me if I'm wrong and correct me if I'm wrong, but let me just summarize this a little bit. She had been messaging you, telling you that her relationship was going bad, asked you about maybe having a place to stay. You agreed to let her do that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Why would she ask you for a place to stay?
She didn't ask me. I offered it to her.
Okay.
And as far as it wasn't that it was going bad, it was that she had already broken up with her boyfriend. I asked her if she needed a place to stay or if she needed money or anything like that. She never asked me for money, but she did initially take me up on having a place to crash for a while until she got back on her feet. And then afterwards, she contacted me saying that she had found other arrangements and that
Well, I take it that since you are considering yourself her accountability partner, that she also shared with you her drug problems.
Yes.
When did she start sharing that with you?
Well, she shared that with me before I offered to be her accountability partner. She told me about the relationship and that there was drugs involved. I believe the one that she mentioned was heroin. And then I asked her, are you getting help for this? Would you like some more help? And I offered then to become her accountability partner. And from there, I just told her straight up, this is what I would do as your accountability partner. I would text you anywhere from 1 to 3 times a day to ask if everything's going okay, if you're feeling okay, if you've had any temptations or slip-ups to using again. And she agreed to it.
Kind of like Alcoholics Anonymous will do, is maybe a sponsor that somebody sponsors somebody type of thing.
Yeah, I'd say that's fairly accurate.
Have you had any experience doing that with anybody else?
Honestly, no, but when we were talking, I told her that it was a good idea to, get herself checked into someplace and get her on their radar as well, just for the extra accountability.
One of the reasons that you kind of came to the radar on this thing with the family,
Yeah,
is that they kind of think that maybe you were trying to take advantage of her.
no, not at all. I liked her, and don't get me wrong, she is a beautiful young woman, but in no way did I make any advances on her whatsoever.
Okay.
What type of relationship did you guys have prior to her contacting you about her drug use and you offering to be her accountability partner?
We were friends in high school, like I said, and then afterwards we chatted back and forth on Facebook, but
So you guys were friends in high school, so when did you graduate?
I graduated in 2009. I believe that Lee graduated in, I think, either 2011 or 2012. I'm not really sure. I'm not positive on that.
Did you have any kind of sexual relationship with her in high school?
No.
None?
None at all. I didn't lose my virginity till well after I was out of the Army.
Did you guys, did you ever have intercourse with her prior to?
No. This was the first time.
A few days ago?
That was the first time I had seen her in, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. Because we had bumped into each other in Canyon City. I'd stopped off at Walmart to grab some snacks on my way back home to my apartment.
Okay.
So after she started getting back together with you here recently, was there discussion about what the relationship would consist of? I know she was asking for a place to maybe stay.
And she made it very clear to me from her exact words, I think, were that she had just gotten out of a bad relationship and she wasn't looking for a relationship or anything like that. And I told her straight up, that's fine by me. You'll be the one making the advances, not me.
So tell me, Chris, why would you be so generous and offer to let your place be used by a young drug user?
I guess the best answer to that would be is because she's a friend. And I'm extremely loyal to my friends. If any of them, even the ones I haven't spoken to in years, were to ask me for it, I'd give them the shirt off my back. That's just the kind of guy I am. I know that's kind of an outdated viewpoint for life, but that's the way I was raised, and that's the way I deem that's the right way to live.
Okay. Did she share with you what this relationship she was coming out of had been like?
Not very much. She told me it was an abusive relationship and that there were drugs involved.
When she said abusive, what did you think she meant by that?
I thought probably physical abuse.
Did she say?
No, she didn't say, and I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to intrude on her privacy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I just left it at speculation.
Did she ever share any details about what happened?
No, she never really shared any details or names. From my conversations with her, I felt that the past was kind of a sore subject for her, so I mainly focused on keeping the conversation in the present and then what happens next.
So she didn't tell you who this guy was? You didn't have the name until he actually called you here recently?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the questions that I have then is that apparently she at some point said, hey, thanks for the offer, but I'm going to stay with somebody else.
Yes.
You know who the somebody else was?
She told me that it was a couple of her other, I guess, I'd have to look at the texts again to be sure, but it was, I think she said a couple of friends of another of her friends.
But she didn't use names or anything?
No.
Just she's going to be staying with some friends?
Yeah.
She said what part of town that might have been in?
I think she said Inglewood, but I'm not sure.
Did she talk to you any more about it, give you more details about what that, I mean, if in Shetpack, maybe that's where she's at right now? Any idea who that would be and where we could find her?
Honestly, no. I asked her, where am I meeting you so we can go and get your stuff and get you moved in. I tried asking her several times on that, but she never really replied to that. She would always change the subject.
Did she ever get mad at you and act like you were prying?
No, not to my knowledge.
So during this most recent time when she was spending time with you, was she ever angry?
No, she was very depressed though.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when she texted me, she said she was feeling depressed and wanted to hang out. So I said, "Do you want me to meet you someplace and we can hang out there, or do you want to come over here and hang out?" And she said she'd prefer to hang out with me at my apartment.
Now this was the same day that you're getting these texts that she actually shows up at your place.
Yes. And then she got lost a little bit on 36 because I don't think she read the text completely on my directions, but
So you texted her on her phone?
Yeah, with directions to my house because she was coming up from 36, and I think she said she was coming up from Castle Rock. I told her just take I-25 to US 36 West. And then from there, take the exit onto Federal Boulevard and drive up to 92nd. I don't think she read past the exit on Federal part. So she called me and said, "Hey, I'm lost. Can you help me out?" We got it figured out, and she got there. I was waiting for her at the stairs to my apartment. Welcomed her in. We talked for a little while.
What time did she get there?
I didn't check, but I think it was around 12 o'clock, 12:30.
About noon?
Yeah. Because then we talked for a little while. Then around 1 o'clock, we went over to the Boston Market off of 92nd and Sheridan.
So the meal at Boston Market was more of a late lunch as opposed to dinner?
I'd say about right for lunch.
About lunchtime.
Yeah. And I treated her out to Boston Market, like I said. Then we came back and we played some video games for a while we were talking, just kind of to help get her mind off of what she was saying.
During this time you were with her, did she talk about her drug problem at all?
No. I asked her how she was doing, and she said she was doing good, and that she hadn't had any temptations or hadn't been using again.
Did she seem like she was high at that
Not really. It seemed, now that I think about it, that she was more coming down off of it.
Like withdrawals, you mean?
It would make sense because what her boyfriend shared with me was that she had been using and then he was having problems with that. He was wanting her to get help. So he kicked her out and told her that he was sorry, but that until she got help, he didn't want to see her. So I think that was the problem there.
Did she talk about that to you at all?
Not really, but that subject didn't really come up.
When you said that she was depressed, what did you mean by that?
Well, she had told me she was depressed.
She told you she was?
Yes,
She
when
came
she
around and said,
texted.
I am depressed.
She texted me on Tuesday morning and said, I'm feeling kind of depressed. Can we hang out?
Okay.
And so I said, okay. And I was making sure that I was trying to keep her as optimistic as possible.
How are you doing that?
I treated her out to lunch. I was being as courteous as possible to her, asking her, you hungry? You want something to eat, some snacks, something to drink when we got back? And she seemed to be somewhat receptive to that, but throughout the whole time, the smiles never went to her eyes.
What do you mean?
Well, normal smiling will cause the eyes to start to crinkle a little bit, to squint. But when she was smiling, it was just with her mouth. There wasn't any eye movement.
So what does that tell you?
That tells me that she was that she was telling the truth when she was depressed. But now that I think about it, with her coming down, it just might have been that she didn't like lying to me.
So when you guys are together then, that afternoon after you've eaten at the restaurant,
Yeah.
you're back at your place playing video games.
Yes.
How long did that go on for, you think?
Well, we don't have any clocks in the apartment, but I think it went on for maybe 2 hours or so.
A couple hours.
Yeah.
Were you playing with anybody else online, or was it just
No,
the two of
it
you?
was just the two of us.
During that time, then, I'm assuming you guys had enough time to talk about things. Did she get phone calls? Did she get any text messages or anything on her computer that she checked out?
She didn't bring her computer in, at least was not that I'm aware of. But she got like a couple of notifications on her phone, and
I'm sorry, what does that mean to you, notifications on the phone?
I didn't see what it was, so as far as I know, it could have been a text, a tweet, a Facebook message or update, or like a Snapchat notification. That's what I mean by notification.
Could have been somebody had left her a voicemail message? Or attempted to maybe call her and she didn't answer?
No, I didn't hear her phone go off.
What did you hear?
I just heard the single vibrate, which usually...
So she has it on mute.
Well, that could be, but if she had it on mute, then why was it vibrating for notifications?
That's what I mean, though.
Yeah.
But if you put your phone on vibrate and you get a call, your phone's going to vibrate.
Yeah.
You get a text, it's going to vibrate.
Yeah, but it'll vibrate off and on if it's on a phone call. It'll just vibrate once if it's on a notification.
And that's what you heard?
Yes.
Okay. Were you guys drinking at all or anything?
No alcohol.
Okay.
Do you drink?
Once in a blue moon.
You have alcohol in the house?
I've got a bottle of vodka that one of my roommate's friends brought with her.
Okay. So you don't drink a whole lot?
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about, you told me earlier you have been on some PTSD medication.
Yeah.
But you're not anymore?
No.
How long have you been off of that?
Like 2011.
So it's been 3 years, you think, since you've
Give or take, yeah.
between 2 and 3 years. Are you seeing any doctors right now? Do you see a doctor? Or?
Honestly, no, because I really didn't have that good of a experience with my last doctor who was trying to help me, quote unquote help. They were of the army mentality that as long as I can sleep, then I'll still be good to go. They were more focused on getting me to have a decent night's sleep than they were about me having the nightmares and trying to deal with the nightmares.
Sure. Was that a VA doc?
Yes.
Have you experienced the problems that's in the news now about not being able to get appointments and that type of thing?
Honestly, if it's a couple of hours of sleep a night, I can find something to do to pass that time. There are others that have it a lot worse than I do, so if they need it, then I won't take up their time.
Sure. So you guys are at your place playing video games,
Yeah.
talking. Does she bring up the depression issue anymore?
No, she doesn't, but I still keep an eye on her.
Did she talk about ever wanting to be self-destructive at all? Like, tired of living, maybe I'll go out myself, that type of thing?
I kind of got that, not really that vibe, but I kind of got that I kind of got a vibe from her that she had been, that she had in the past been, but she didn't have any scars or anything on her that were recent, so.
So you characterizing her behavior then that afternoon as being depressed? Is that what you're
Yes.
reading?
As depressed, but not self-destructive.
Okay. Why would, and maybe I'm not reading this right, but if she's depressed and this is the way she's feeling, why would she want to have sex with you?
Well, I'm not 100% positive about this, and I didn't really ask her why she wanted to do it. I just asked her if she was sure she wanted to. Because I'm just making sure that I wasn't taking advantage of her or anything like that. Told her that she had no obligation to me for anything like that. But I think that she was just trying to, I don't know, find some way to cheer herself back up.
How did all that start, the whole intercourse thing?
Well, we were talking. She had just come back from the bathroom. We were just getting ready to get back into the video game. Then she leaned in and kissed me, and I kissed back, but I didn't. I tried to, I guess, limit myself would be the word as to the intensity, I guess. So I was letting her go as far as she wanted. Then when it led to the bedroom, we kind of flip-flopped between who had the wheel, so to speak.
Well, before you actually went into the bedroom, was there some discussion about having sex?
Well, when she started taking off her sweater, I broke it off and I asked, "Are you sure about this? Is this, I'm not asking you to do this. I made it very clear that I was not wanting to impose that on her or any sort of implication towards her."
And I'm certainly not. Did you end up using a condom?
No, I did not.
So she didn't ask you to, and you didn't have one.
I offered to, but she said no.
Was there ever any concern on your part that maybe she'd been pretty sexually active, and that possibly you were putting yourself at risk for an STD?
And that's always a possibility with anyone you meet, but but that didn't really occur to me till after.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
a non-drug user who's doing dope and no place to live and...
Well, it seemed to me from my discussions, and I know I'm saying that a lot, but it looked to me from the way she was wording things and the way she was talking that she hadn't really gone that far to get drugs. For the most part,
Why do you say that?
I mean, she was being very reserved. And and I got sort of a confirmation from this from her boyfriend who admitted to using with her for a while, but then started cleaning himself up, that she didn't really like the idea of paying for something with sex.
That wasn't a conversation you actually had with her, though.
No. And I got that vibe from the way she was talking and the way she was responding to...
Well, did she think you had some dope that maybe she was going to be able to get out of you?
No, I made it very clear that I had no drugs or anything like that.
So she wasn't expecting to maybe get a fix?
No.
About money.
I offered it to her at the start, but she turned me down.
At the start of what?
Like because there was a Facebook post on her wall, that's when this all started, that she needed help with something, but she didn't say what. Then I messaged her asking, what do you need help with? Maybe I can help. She told me she had just broken up and that that she was having to move out, but she didn't have a place. And I asked, you have a place to stay? You need a place to stay? You need money or anything like that? And she said, thanks, but no thanks to the money, but that she could use a place to stay.
So once you got to your place, it was never a discussion about, I can give you some money or anything like that you needed?
No.
You don't think maybe that's why she went?
No, the subject of money, the only time that came up is when she tried to pay for her meal but with her own money.
So you think, as I understand what you told me then, that maybe this whole sex thing came about because she's trying to cheer herself up?
That seems to me to be what it was.
Did she act like that cheered her up?
It looked like it did, yes.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did she get into the sex?
She wasn't very verbal, but I made sure to pay more attention to her than she did to me. So.
Did she seem like she enjoyed it?
Yeah. She seemed like she was enjoying it.
Did she ever ask you to stop or not do it?
No.
So you both completed your activity of the sexual encounter and then it was over?
Well, we had sex a few times, and then afterwards she just asked, I'm tired, can I just pass out for a while? And then about, an hour and a half after, that was when my roommate came back home, and I let him know that, I had a guest over and that we were not decent.
How do you know your roommate?
Well, we were going through the collegiate housing with Redstone over in Broomfield, and then after we both dropped out of there, we dropped out of the collegiate housing as well and decided to move in together because we get along.
So did he ever have any contact with her?
No, he did not.
Did you ever even talk to her?
No, she was asleep, and when she was awake, she didn't really want to do the whole 20 questions game with anyone. So I just let it drop.
Did he meet her though? Did you introduce him? Did he see her?
No, he didn't.
What, did she stay inside the bedroom then?
Well, for the most part, she was asleep in my bed. Then afterwards, I was out in the living room. We were talking. Jesse and I were talking. That's my roommate's name. Then he said something that caused a light bulb, and I started thinking. And she had that bag with her that she didn't let leave her side. If she went out to get something from her car, she would bring that with her.
What kind of bag are you talking about?
It was a purple bag. I think it was a Crown Royal bag.
So you're talking about one of those little velvet bags that they carry around for
Yeah,
stashes, that type of thing?
yeah. And
And in fact, you later looked in that bag.
yes,
And what did you see?
afterwards, I saw her drug paraphernalia there.
Which included what?
It was a spoon that had burn marks on it. It was wrapped in plastic, and then the plastic and the spoon were wrapped in tin foil. There were, I think, 3 syringes, and then there was a case with 2 or 3 razor blades in it.
Did you see any residue in there from dope?
I didn't really know what to look for with that. I probably should have.
How about a mirror?
A mirror? There was a mirror that I saw laying in her purse, but other than that, no. I only went through the Crown Royal bag. I think.
So you found out while she was sleeping,
Yeah,
you woke her up.
yeah. I woke her up very gently. I apologized to her because I had looked into the bag, but told her that I had looked into the bag and confronted her on what I had found.
What was her response to you violating her privacy?
After I explained myself to her, I think she was annoyed that I had done it without her permission, but I think she understood where I was coming from. Because, as I told her, I was worried about her. And not because I have any sort of physical or emotional attraction to her. I wouldn't mind if something like that developed in the future, but with friends, I tend to get, I'm more the kind of guy that has a few good friends as opposed to a lot of not so good friends. So I just wanted to make sure that she was okay.
What'd she say?
She was annoyed about it, but she accepted it. And I made sure that she understood that I was not angry with her for doing it or using, but that I was disappointed that she didn't come forward with that to me. And she was annoyed, yes, but not irritated.
Did you tell her family that you had sex with her?
I told her brother, but when her mom called me, and that was the only time I really talked to her, she seemed like she was in enough of a state that...
Why would you tell her brother that you had sex with his sister?
Well, he was asking, is there anything else? I told him not to freak out, but that we did have sex. And he said that he understood that he didn't really blame me. And that was pretty much, after that he dropped it. And I didn't...
It seems like kind of a random thing to be telling a girl's brother that you actually knew from high school. That doesn't seem to be like
he was
consistent with what you normally do with people.
At first he was kind of accusatory towards me. You know, he was leaping to conclusions since I was the last one that had any sort of contact with her before she disappeared. That meant that I was hiding something. So
he thought you were hiding something.
He thought I was hiding something bad, but I told him straight up it wasn't that I was hiding anything bad. It was just that I didn't want anyone to judge me because we had sexual intercourse.
Well, the family's pretty concerned about this whole topic.
Yeah.
And you know, they're being accusatory towards us.
Yeah.
Directed at you. And they're upset at you about this whole thing. They think you took advantage of her.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they actually think that you did something to her.
Honestly, I don't know where that's coming from them. Yeah, I don't really know the mother all that well, but...
Well, let me tell you one place it's coming from.
Okay.
It's coming from family, friends, and people that know Rene.
Yeah.
Specifically related to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Telling people things about fantasies that you had in high school.
Fantasies I had in high school?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, there wasn't anything like that concerning Lee.
Well, how about just fantasies that maybe you might have shared with either your mother or other family members or people about what some of the fantasies might have been in high school?
Honestly, my fantasy life is private. I keep that completely separate from my normal life.
Well, most people do, but
Yeah.
this was enough that it's out there. We have people telling us now that you had fantasies in high school of wanting to kill women and bury them in the woods.
Okay, that was... trying to remember back, but there were a couple of girls in high school that were, I guess tormenting me would be the right word. To put it lightly, I was the outcast as far as high school goes. I much more preferred to, hang out in the library and read books. So I didn't really have all that many friends.
Was Lee and Max, would you have considered them friends? In high school?
Yes.
In high school?
Yes.
Why would they be your friends?
Well, we hung out together. We had some classes together, mostly art or woodshop. Since we were in different grades, I didn't really have very many classes with them together, but we hung out during lunch. We played hacky sack or stuff like that.
They accepted you for who you were?
To my knowledge, yes.
And other people didn't? Is that why you felt like you were the outcast?
Yeah.
In high school?
Two words that would describe me almost perfectly would be unorthodox and weird. And I'll straight up admit it that I'm probably one of the weirdest guy most people would probably know. I don't believe in doing things the easy way. So, like, in any situation, to me, to my logic, the easy way is usually not the right way. So for woodshop, I usually like to do most of the work by hand. I do the major cuts, but afterwards, all of the sanding I would do by hand. I would do all of the carving by hand.
Can you understand why?
Yeah, I understand it.
We as the police department and the people that work here and now are looking into this young lady who's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Under suspicious circumstances, in the sense that she's dropped off the map, not made phone calls to anybody that she normally talks to almost on a daily basis.
Yeah, I understand.
So you understand where we're coming from.
Yeah, I understand.
And now we're getting calls and we're getting contact by the family who said, you did something to her. I don't know. I don't know you from Adam, but some of these people know you pretty well. To the point that they knew what some of your fantasies were in high school.
Honestly, I never told anyone my fantasies.
Not even your mom?
No.
What's your relationship like with your mom?
It's difficult to explain. She is like I said before, extremely hardcore Christian, and as we discussed earlier, I am definitely not. So that's caused a lot of friction between myself and my family. And
did you ever have any discussions with your family about your sexual orientation?
no,
Did they ever confront you about that? Did they ever suspect that maybe you might be gay?
honestly, I'm bisexual, but they don't need to know that. That's whatever I do with whoever I do it with is my business, not
But
theirs.
that was never an issue with you and your parents or your family?
If they had any suspicions about that, they kept it to themselves.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Chris, I'm going to ask you flat out, right now. Do you know where Lea is? And did you do something to her?
I did nothing to her beyond what I've already said, and honestly, I have no idea where she is.
What do you suspect happened to her?
There's a lot of things that could have happened. To me, the most logical things are that she took the advice from my tarot reading beyond the level that I intended, or that she is just has fallen back into using drugs, and that she is ashamed to talk to people right now.
Explain to me how you ended up doing a tarot reading for her.
Well, after I woke her up, she still seemed kind of depressed, but not as much. So
this is after you woke her up to confront her about the
Yes.
drug paraphernalia.
Yes, and she still seemed kind of depressed, so I did what I don't normally do. If someone asks me to do a tarot reading for them, I will do a tarot reading for them, but other than that, there's not very many people that I will ask if they would like me to do a tarot reading for them. And after the tarot reading, after I laid out the cards, the first thing that popped out to me were that there were 3 of the major arcana. Those indicate something significant.
Show me what you did.
Okay, well,
It's better for you to show
Yeah.
it than explain it because I'm completely
All right.
lost.
well, the cards I used, I remember 2 of them well. I'm about 95% sure on what the other 3 were. There was death. Where is it? The High Priestess. The 3 of Cups. The Ace of Wands. And Judgment.
So now there's 5 cards that you've taken out of your deck of cards. How many cards are in that deck?
It's a 78 card deck.
Okay, and this is a normal tarot card set of cards.
Yes.
So now, how do you get 5 cards out of the deck?
Well, I shuffle the deck like you would a normal set of playing cards. I lay it out in front of them. I do a 3-way cut, so it's 1, 2, 3, and ask them, just tell me which you would like to be on top. They can say, left over right, center over right, and so on. Then after the cut, I draw from the top, and this is the layout that I used. It's called the Spirit Cross. And each of the 4 points represents an element: air, earth, fire, and water. Then the center represents the spirit, which is basically the overarching ties between all of the four elements. The first thing that popped out to me was the combination of the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands. Now, the High Priestess usually indicates very good news, and the Ace of Wands is a creative spark. Usually, the two of those together will indicate either pregnancy or possibility, or well, either the client is pregnant or that she may become pregnant in the future. And after I asked her about that, she told me that she had missed her period.
So you actually asked her about being pregnant?
Yes. Then afterwards, I explained the combination for the Ace of Wands and the High Priestess. The Three of Cups is representative of something to be celebrated. So, overall, there was nothing to me as far as the tarot card reading to indicate any sort of physical harm to her.
Well, what does a death card mean?
Well, death can mean a physical death, but that requires other cards to back up that. Because, each card itself can mean a multitude of different things, but when you tie in the meanings with the other cards in the spread, then you can start to narrow it down and pull the pieces together to make the tapestry, as it were.
Are you trying to read somebody's future, or are you explaining to them something that's going on in their life right now?
Her question for the deck was asking for advice on her current situation. So part of the reading was just getting the deck letting her know that it understood her situation, and then the other part was advice on roads she might take.
On what?
On different paths she might take to come to an outcome that she would find agreeable.
Okay.
I took, since there was no other indication of physical harm in the reading, I took it to mean that death and judgment were paired together to indicate that she should, clean out the closet, so to speak, take a close look at her friends and and get rid of the bad influences, because death indicates a very significant transition, and judgment usually indicates starting over from a clean slate.
Okay. What else did you tell her that the cards showed?
Well, overall, I told her that this was was one of the more optimistic readings that I had ever done, because I've done several hundred different readings, and more optimism I have yet to find in a reading of any kind.
What's optimistic about that?
Well, it tells me that there's a very positive light to her, that there was a very positive light to her situation. That's the words that I would use, and that's the words that I told her.
Based on what?
A lot of these cards, literally almost all of these cards, death accepted, are very positive cards. They don't have any sort of, not necessarily negative meaning, but the negative meanings that they do have are not as significant as she would come to physical harm or anything like that.
So you told her it was an optimistic reading?
Yeah, so I told her that based off of, what the cards were saying, as well as what she had told me, that this, though it may not seem like it at a good time, is actually going to be very good for her.
What is going to be very good for her?
Her situation that she's in right now. That she didn't think that she was pregnant. She thought it was just the narcotics because something like that had happened before. But it turned out to be a false alarm. But I told her that the situation that she was in now will pave the way towards a better future for her.
Did she believe what you were saying?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Did she outwardly mock you?
No, she didn't outwardly mock me, but I think she was taking what I was saying with a grain of salt. Because I'm like you said earlier, not very many people understand tarot as it's used. Most people think it's just a bunch of occult worship and chanting and blood sacrifices, but in actuality, it's nothing of the sort.
Was she freaked out by you doing this?
Well, I don't think so, because I told her I would understand if she didn't want me to do a reading, but that I was offering it to her freely, that there was no form of payment involved, and if she wanted it, she could take it. If not, then okay, we can continue talking about whatever else.
What did she say?
She said that she would have liked me to do the reading.
So from the time you did the reading and you explained the results to her, from that time till the time she walked out of your apartment, how long?
I don't know, about maybe 15 minutes, half hour.
Okay.
After I had completely finished the reading.
So why would she be upset about it?
Honestly, I don't know. That was...
Well, I ask you, what do you think happened to her? Maybe she took the reading that I gave her literally.
Well, as far as the literal, I think she took it and interpreted what I was saying and what the cards were saying as to literally go away and start a new life. Just complete clean slate.
Why do you think that?
You're
You're not reading into that now because she's missing, are you?
No, I'm not. I think it is a possibility that is what happened, but I don't think it's how to explain it. I don't really know her mindset for when she was in the reading, or for while we were in the reading, but I think because I was talking a lot about the judgment card, because like you guys, she was kind of concerned about the death and judgment. She thought something bad. So I was making sure I explained to her that this was not a bad reading, that there was much more positive in this reading than there were negatives, and the judgment was simply, since it's in the position for Earth, that means that it's signifying the material around the situation. So a rebirth and starting over from a clean slate. So that suggested to me that the outcome would be that she would be able to start over and get a fresh start at life.
Why did she not want you to tell anybody about this?
It was more about the pregnancy part than about the tarot reading, but overall, that's a courtesy that I extend to all of my clients.
But she specifically told you, don't tell my parents about this.
Yes. She asked me not to tell her parents or anyone else about this.
About what?
About her missing her period. I think the thought had occurred to her that she might be pregnant, but she was in denial.
Did she act like she wanted to keep the baby?
Honestly, I couldn't say.
Did you offer any advice?
Beyond the tarot reading and asking her to get checked in and get on the radar of a rehab center, no, I didn't really offer much else as far as advice.
But are you encouraging her to start a new life?
I encouraged her more off of the death side to, trim the tree and, take a close look at her life and to trim off what was being a bad influence.
So how would somebody who contacted her and left either a message or the phone notified her, gave her a notification, how would they have even known where she was at?
Honestly, I thought that was her ride. I didn't know if she had a car or not, because she said she needed my car to help with storage for moving. So I thought that meant she didn't have a car and that she had gotten a ride up here from someone else. It wasn't until Friday afternoon that when her brother Max called me that I even realized she even had a car.
Well, earlier you said that when she would keep that bag with her at all times when she went out to her car.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just really kind of stressing out about her being missing. I guess what they say really is true. Not knowing is really sometimes worse than knowing.
Have you, since she's been missing, since last Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or whatever day it was that she went missing,
Yes.
have you ever traveled with her anywhere after that?
No.
Once she got in that truck and left your parking lot, you have not
That was
seen
the
her
last
since.
I have seen of her.
Where did you go with her?
The only place I went with her besides within my apartment was to Boston Market, and I showed the officers when they arrived the receipt for the Boston Market.
You didn't go anywhere else with her?
Nowhere else.
Have you traveled yourself towards the BIA, out towards the airport at all in the last couple of days?
No.
Since she's left, you've not gone out that direction?
No, not at all.
There's schools up around
I take-
Grant and 92nd Grant.
Yes.
Have you gone east of there?
No, not really. I don't really get out all that much. For the most part, I might go out maybe once in a blue moon and have a drink at the bar. But other than that, I stay at home, I'll watch movies or work on my book or whatever, or what have you.
So if we would be to get a printout from your phone's provider, who's your phone provider?
Track phone?
I know it's TrackPhone. Is that the actual company that
Yes.
provides the service?
Yes.
And TrackPhone was able to give us the coordinates for every time your phone pinged somewhere.
Yeah.
Which they can do. I don't know if you know what
Yeah, I know
that
about that.
means, but when your phone is activated either by receiving a call, sending a text, whatever, receiving a text, it bounces off of a cell tower.
Yeah. I understand
So
that.
if we traced your phone, what would it tell us?
And it would tell you pretty much my route home from my parents' house, which is taking I-50 to 115 to I-25 to Highway 36 West to Federal, and then up to my apartment at 92nd.
What's your parents' address? What city? That's out east of
Canyon City,
Kansas City.
west of Canyon City.
Is that about a 3-hour drive?
About an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can do it that quick?
Yeah. And that's even with the speed limit.
All right. And your parents' names are what?
Philip and Vicky.
When's the last time you were down
Last weekend before last.
there? They have the same last name.
Yes, Waide.
Where would your phone show that you've gone since Lea left?
Since Lee left, honestly, I've been staying in my apartment or going to class.
Over at Everest?
Yes. If you get it down to being very accurate, it might show you that at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, I was out swimming laps at the pool. And the pool's in my apartment complex as well, so I didn't drive there. I walked over there.
Some of the people that are talking about your past said that you had a pretty heavy-duty addiction to pornography.
That would probably have been my mom.
Does she think you did?
She thinks I do, but honestly, everyone has their coping mechanisms, and porn is mine.
I'm thinking of it. What's your mom's phone number, cell phone?
It's
And how do you get along with your dad?
better than with my mom and my brother Daniel. He's not as hardcore Christian, but he is Christian, so he's hasn't really been approving of my decision to fall away from Christ, but he's more, I guess, open to it is the word.
How many girls have you had sex with?
3, including Lee.
And is one of them pregnant?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Was there a scare that she might have been?
No. My current girlfriend is pregnant, but we just started going out, and it is not mine. We haven't gotten to any sort of physical intimacy yet.
How long have you been dating this new girlfriend?
We've been chatting back and forth for, I don't know, about a month, but we had our first date weekend before last.
How'd you meet her?
We, again, went to school with her, high school.
Okay. You think that has the potential of turning into something?
Well, everything has the potential for anything.
Well, you just called her your girlfriend. I don't know if
But
a single
yes, I
date
do.
constitutes girlfriend.
Everything has a possibility to turn into something, but yes, that's what I'm hoping for.
What's her name?
Christina.
What's her phone number?
It's on my cell.
Okay.
I don't remember it off the top of my head.
And she's pregnant?
Yes. About 3 months along.
So how does that make you feel that she's carrying somebody else's baby?
Well, it's always been my belief that you can tell your true friends or someone who's a keeper by who will help you to carry the baggage you're taking through life. So I get that she has a past, and everybody has a past. Everyone has done things that they're not proud of. Everyone has done things that they are proud of. I accept that she has a past, and we haven't really talked too much about the past. Just I've met a couple of her exes. Most of them seem like pretty decent guys, but for the most part, she's had it kind of rough when it came to men. So
You guys about the same age?
I think she's like a year younger than I am.
So is there any reason why we would find Lee's blood in your apartment or in your car?
Well, when we were starting to get a little more physical, we accidentally bumped into each other and had a nosebleed. And she had a nosebleed, but other than that, no.
Well, what do you mean other than that? If she had a nosebleed, there's
Yeah.
blood dripping, right?
Yeah, it was, and we cleaned it up, and it wasn't really anything, I didn't really think much of it at the time, so after she got up, I, cleaned up the little bit of a mess. It wasn't a major gusher, it was just a couple of drops.
Where at?
So I'm on my pillow.
I'm a little concerned that your story about your sheets.
Yeah.
So where are your sheets and your pillow?
My pillows are currently on my bed. As far as the sheets, I have no clue. I'm, for the most part, chucking stuff in the laundry pile isn't something you really remember all that much. So it was routine, and it was covering the duffel bag. So when she grabbed the duffel bag, she might have thought that was just hanging out of it, and she stuffed it in there.
You didn't get rid of the sheets?
No.
Intentionally get rid of the sheets because maybe it had her blood on them?
No, sir.
If you did, no big deal. Tell us that. If you did it,
Yeah.
and because you're freaked out because there's blood on there, she's missing, you're thinking, oh, people are going to think the worst. I better get rid of this. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Okay, but for you to tell me, I don't know what happened to him, that I don't understand. So if that's
Because I
what
really
happened,
do not understand. And if I had gotten rid of the sheets, wouldn't I have gotten rid of the pillow too? Why would I keep the pillow but not the sheets?
I don't know.
Well, does the pillow have a pillowcase on it?
No.
Did it?
No.
It seems inconsistent to us based on the condition of your apartment that you would be all of a sudden in the middle of a sexual experience taking your sheets and taking them off the bed.
It was afterwards, as I told them before. Yeah, it was
Even afterwards.
Yeah,
I mean,
she went up and used the restroom.
it seems kind of bizarre that all of a sudden I got to take the sheets off of my bed.
Well,
You understand? I mean,
yeah, I
let's
understand
face it.
where you're
Your apartment's not exactly the tidiest.
I'd
Okay,
be the first to admit that.
so why all of a sudden after you're done having sex with her and she's been sleeping on this bed
Yeah.
for hours, would you decide, oh, now is the time that I need to pull these sheets? It just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, man.
And honestly, when you put it that way, it doesn't really make much sense to me either.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the thing to do at the time because I did laundry the next day, so I didn't want to forget about it.
When we talk to people,
Yeah.
the only thing we ask is for them to tell us the truth, no matter what the truth is.
Mhm.
Okay? The worst thing you could do is lie to us. Absolutely the worst thing you could do is lie to us. Okay?
Mhm. I
So,
understand.
so think about it again. What's the deal with the sheets?
All right. Yeah, I did get rid of them.
Okay.
It was after after Lee's mom called me. She was getting really, really freaked out, and that was starting to get me into something of a panic because I'm sort of empathetic, I guess you could say. It's very easy for me to pick up on the emotions of others, especially when they feel very strongly about something. So,
But your mom was being accusatory towards you, wasn't she?
not really. It seemed to me that she was just really, really worried about Lee. And I get where she was coming from if she was being accusatory. But when she started saying she's missing, I hadn't heard from her in 2 days, I started getting worried because I'm the last person to have seen her. I mean, it makes sense that I'd be the logical suspect. So it seemed to me the logical thing to do was to get rid of it.
Okay. And what was on the sheets that made you get rid of it?
It was just our hair, bodily fluids.
Was there semen on there?
Yes.
Okay, so when you ejaculated or she orgasmed, was there fluids on the sheets?
Yes.
Okay, was there blood on the sheets?
Maybe a couple of drops from where it rolled off of the pillow,
Okay.
but other than that, no.
Okay, and what did you do with those sheets?
I just took them, I put them in a garbage bag, and I chucked them in the dumpster.
Okay, which dumpster?
It was, you remember where my car was? It was the dumpster in that parking lot. And
When did you do that?
like, before the police arrived to take my initial statement.
So this would have been on the 5th?
Yes, that evening.
When's trash day?
Trash day, I'm not really sure, but I think it's Fridays.
So it would have been the day right after you did that. So
Yeah.
that trash is gone?
I believe so, yes.
Do you know what else was with those sheets?
Honestly, I can't think of anything else.
Would you be surprised to know that that her cell phone went out with those sheets?
What? Her cell phone? Huh?
Her cell phone ended up at the same place the sheets did at the dump.
I do not know. Honestly, I saw her leave with her cell phone.
How do you know she left with her cell phone?
She picked it up. It was sitting by her purse.
It was sitting by her purse?
Yes.
Okay. So from the time she gets this notification, as you refer to it, and the time that she walked out the door, how much time?
About maybe 1-2 minutes tops.
So quick.
Yeah, it was fairly quick, and I asked her if everything was okay. She said yes. I didn't really believe her, so I followed her out, and then I saw the truck.
Okay, so is it possible that her cell phone was still there and you went ahead and got rid of it with the sheets because you're thinking somebody's going to track this phone, let me just get rid of it with the sheets?
It's possible, but I didn't.
It'd be pretty hard to miss. I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta
I know that.
So if it was in there, just tell us, hey, I got to get rid of this phone with the sheets because you're freaking out. And I understand you're freaking out.
Yeah.
And now's the time, Chris, that you really need to be honest with us, because scientifically and through the pinging of the phone, we can tell where it was taken to.
Okay.
So was there a phone with the sheets? And what else was
This is not the time to try to cover your tracks. This is the time for you to be honest with us.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the words to say, because I'm to try and find the right words, because I know that I have been untruthful, but and I'll straight up admit it, it bugs me to hell that I have been. But yes, her phone was with the sheets.
Okay. What else was with that? Phone, sheets, what else?
There was nothing else.
Was she with the phone and the sheets?
No.
Chris, it's time for you to really be honest with us now, because I know this is really hard.
She was not with the sheets.
Is she lying in the dump somewhere?
Oh, God, no.
You understand why we're asking you this, right?
Yeah, I understand it, but still, that's something I've had nightmares about, is hearing that she's been found somewhere in a dump someplace. I really do not want that for her.
So where is she?
Honestly, I do not know. She left and got into the truck.
Nobody knew where she was at, Chris.
I know that.
We've got her text messages.
Yes.
We've got her phone records. She didn't send anybody a message to say, come and get me up here.
And
We know everybody that she talked to that day.
We have phone records, we have cell tower
I thought that it was
locations.
prearranged. Okay, I thought that she had prearranged to have someone pick her up, and then
Chris, this is the place where you need
Yeah,
to tell us
I
what
know.
happened to Lee. This is your one and probably last opportunity to do this voluntarily.
Am I being accused of something?
What do you think?
It sounds to me like yes. And I maintain my innocence, but I would like a lawyer.
Well, by doing that, what you've now done is that you've caused us to have to stop our interview with you.
Yes, I know.
And I will give you a business card, and I'm going to tell you.
Not to get out of town?
Now I'm going to tell you that if you want to initiate any conversation with us from here on out,
Yes.
you're the one that's going to have to do that.
I understand.
Okay?
You understand that all we want to do is find her. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And the evidence that right now, and I'm not asking you any further questions, so I don't want you to respond to me, okay?
Yes.
I just want you to be aware that if you want to talk to me down the road or talk to Detective Lopez, you're the one that's going to have to initiate that conversation.
I understand.
I would suggest, I'm just throwing this out here, that you do that before there are arrest warrants issued. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right. I'm going to go get a business card here and I'm going to give it to you. We'll see if we're done with your phones. I'll see how much longer that's going to be.
All right.
Do you need anything else from us?
Honestly, no, but I will say again that
Yeah, you can't make any more statement to us
Okay.
because you've already
all right,
said
fine.
you want
There's nothing else.
Because you felt like she reacted to the tarot card reading that you did to her,
Okay.
or the fact, are these the cards that you actually use?
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm going to take these as evidence right now.
All right.
Okay. And we will retain possession of these until this case is resolved.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm going to get the cards and check with Chris real quick. Or you can. Just swing by the second drawer and I think where mine are.
I'm kind of wondering if we need to retain this cell phone and the computer as evidence.
I need to now.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your phone and your iPad, what is it, a notebook or whatever?
It's an iPad, an
Okay.
Apple iPad.
We're gonna take those as evidence right now. We'll give you a receipt for them,
All right.
along with the cards.
Would it be okay if I made a phone call to my parents just to let them know that I won't have my phone?
You may.
Okay.
Absolutely, we'll let you make a call.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell you what, you want to just hang out a second? We're
Okay.
going to go
Yeah.
get some paperwork for you, get business cards for you. Would you like
Yes.
some more water?
Yes, please.
I'll take care of that for you. This ends the interview. The time is 16 hours.
2 days later, Lee's brother Max Porter lures Christopher Waide to a local park under the guise of having him do a tarot reading to help find Lee. Max records their conversation and eventually gets Waide to admit to killing Lee. Max calls 911 and has Waide tell the dispatcher he's confessing to murder. Police bring Waide back down to the station for another round of questioning.
Chris, have a seat, relax, have a seat in the chair. So Chris, you remember
Yeah.
me, Detective Lopez, and Detective Lynch, correct?
Yes,
You
I
remember? Okay, so it's my understanding that you contacted our dispatch center and that you want to talk to us about Lea Porter, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's also, as I recall, when you last spoke to us,
Yeah.
you said you wanted to speak with an attorney. Okay, you are here today without an attorney.
I haven't had the opportunity to contact him yet. I can give you his number, but I'd like him to be here for this as well.
Okay, so you would like to contact your attorney, is that what I'm
Yes.
understanding? Okay, we will absolutely accommodate that.
His number is
Okay, hold on one second.
and his name is Derek Regensberger.
Okay, and what we're gonna do is, since we don't have a phone in the interview room here,
Yeah.
is we're gonna step out and we'll have you call him.
Okay.
Okay, so you can speak to him directly.
All right.
And then we'll proceed from there.
Do you have, I'll tell you what. You want to use my cell phone, just calling?
Whatever way works.
You want to
Sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah. We can call him right from here, that's fine.
We don't have to go off tape here.
Perfect.
Of course, he might not recognize my number, and so he might not answer it, so we'll see.
Is this his cell phone, his office, do we know?
I think it's his cell phone.
Okay.
Is it okay that we're in the room with you right now while you
Yes.
make this telephone call?
Yes.
You understand that everything we're doing right now is being recorded?
Yes, I do. Hi, Mr. Regensberger. This is Christopher Waide. Could be going better. Well, I'll just come out and say it that events didn't exactly play out in our favor as far as the timeline I was looking at. And, well, I'm at the police station right now. I made a spot decision to talk with some of Lee's friends, and I told them the truth, and I told them that I would be turning myself in, but they said, no, you're turning yourself in now, not later. Because it's been eating away at me. I couldn't stand not to say anything.
Let me talk to him for a second.
All right.
Hey, Mr. Regensberger? Hello? Yeah, hi, this is Detective Lynch. I'm with the Westminster Police Department here. I wanted to let you know that he is using my cell phone from an interview room to contact you, and that we are present with him. And our interview or conversation at this point in time is being recorded, so I just wanted you to have heads up on the fact that anything he's saying to you right now is being recorded. Okay, so I just wanted you to have awareness that we were in the room with him. We asked him if he wanted us to be here. He said yes, or he said that we could be. So I wanted you to have heads up on that. I also want you to know that he has made some spontaneous statements to our dispatcher when he called in, as well as to one of the officers that brought him to the police department. And he has told us that he does wish to speak to us about the disappearance of Lea Porter, but he wants you to be here when he does so. So is that something you can arrange in the next few minutes to come down here? Okay, very good. You know where the Westminster Police Department's at? Detective Lynch, L-Y-N-C-H, right? And Detective Lopez. We're the two detectives that are speaking with, or at least have met with him. We haven't talked to him yet. Okay, we'll come into the lobby and tell him you're here to see Detective Lynch, okay? Or Detective Lopez. All right, bye. Since we were being recorded and you started making some statements about what was going on, I thought it may be the best idea that I just jump in there
Understandable.
and want to protect your rights as much as we can at this point in time, but I want the attorney to know what's going on, okay?
Yeah.
So he's on his way down here. He thinks it might be about a half an hour before he can get here.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where we're at.
All right.
So what is your suggestion as to what you want to do during this 30 minutes?
Well, since you already know why I'm here. I figure we probably at least use this time to at least get me booked and in the system.
Well, that's a little premature at this
Yeah,
time.
we'll actually wait on that a little bit. Have you had anything to eat tonight? Or
Um,
today?
Not really. I was halfway through a meal when they came over.
Okay. Is there something that I might be able to get you something to eat and something to drink while we're waiting?
Just some water and a snack will be fine, if that's okay.
Or
Do you
have
like Cliff Bars? Sorry. Like a bar like that, is that alright?
That'll be fine.
Are you allergic to anything?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Just want to make sure
Yeah.
we give you something that's going to hurt you.
Cliff Bar will be fine.
Okay.
pop or something like that, or are you satisfied and full? Or?
Just water, please.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do then. I'll tell you what, we are going to
Okay.
maintain a recording while we're in contact with you today.
Okay.
We're not going to turn that off.
Yeah,
So,
I understand.
we do that for a couple of reasons. We want to protect your rights.
Yeah.
Okay, we want you to understand that right now, voluntariness is a big issue with us. So we
Yeah.
don't want to make it seem like we're exerting any pressure on you or making you do
I
anything
understand.
against your will. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have any questions for us?
No, not really.
All right. So that's where we're at. What do you got? Feel free to jump in and say anything else.
No, we'll go ahead and get you your snack, get you some more water.
Okay.
The atmosphere we have right here is the same atmosphere we had last time.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it just like we did before, okay?
All right.
You need to use the restroom for any reason?
I could go, but I can hold it.
Okay, well, maybe
Yeah.
we're a little bit down the road. We can get
Yeah.
out and use the restroom if you need to,
Oh.
okay? All right, so we would appreciate it if you not get up and leave or anything like
Yeah.
that. Just kind of sit
I'll
back.
stay in here.
Okay.
So I'll be right back with that snack, okay?
Okay.
Okay, chocolate chip bar, is that gonna be alright?
That'll be fine.
You're not allergic to any of this stuff? Okay, here you go. Let me get you some more water so you can wash it
All right.
down. I'll be right back.
All right, thank
You
you.
doing okay?
So.
Okay. You need anything else besides what I'm getting you?
No, I'll live.
Okay.
Later, Waide changed his story, claiming he only confessed because the tarot cards told him that his guilt would destroy him. Investigators were desperate to locate Lee's body. Waide told them he bundled her into a duffel bag, which he dumped in a dumpster outside his apartment. Police learned the dumpster had been emptied by the time Waide confessed, and they spent the next 40 days searching a nearby landfill for Lee's remains. They never found her body, but did locate her cell phone and bloody sheets from Waide's bed. Faced with a no-body homicide, prosecutors offered Waide a plea deal to second-degree murder. He accepted and was sentenced to 48 years in prison. Lea Porter's family remained determined to find her body.